Alright, welcome to Inorganic Tutor YouTube channel. My name is Mat101. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and then watch out for more questions coming for you to prepare for your exams. Alright, but then when you go for vacation, I'll be solving a lot of questions that will actually there will be your courses for the next semester. Alright, so please don't forget to subscribe to the channel Inorganic Tutor, and then if you need any assistance, don't hesitate to WhatsApp me. All right, this is my WhatsApp line: 0543 428869. All right, just say hi, Mat101. I saw your number or this and that, then start a conversation. All right, that's it. So today we want to look at your second quiz. All right, the second quiz, Mat101. All right, so the first question is, which equation will shift the graph of y equals x cubed left by 8 units and down by 4 units? All right, so if you are asked this question, all you have to do is that, if you shift the graph left by 8 units, it means it's coming down. All right, so you subtract. Are you getting it? So it will be, when it's coming down, you subtract. All right, so it will be x plus 8. All right, x plus 8, so that when you move it to the other side, it will be minus. That means you are subtracting. So we have x plus 8 all power 3, and then they said down by 4 units. So down by 4 units, down to minus. All right, so it will be minus 4. All right, so our correct option over here is A. And then given the equation 3.0 ln 2.9 over x is equal to 5.0. Given the equation 3.0 ln 2.9 over x is equal to 5.0, you have to find the value of x. All you have to do is that this question is not difficult at all. All you need to do is that punch this thing into the calculator, and then you have your answer to be 0.548. all right, and if you want to go ahead and solve it too, this, that this is logarithm. This is the same as in of 2.9 minus in of x. All right, and then you leave the in of x at one side, and so you have 3.0 in of 2.9 minus in of x equals 5.0. So you leave this one to this side and bring this one here. So you have ln x is equal to 3 ln 2.9, all right, plus 5 minus 3 ln 2.9. all right, so you need your x. So all you have to do is that you do this, then take the antilog of it, and then you get 0.548. so that is your answer for this question. It's very simple. Just take your calculator, punch it inside, or you can even test. If you put x equals 0.58 over here, are you getting 5.0? If the answer is yes, then you take it. If you put s equals 1.59 and answer is giving you 5.0, then we say what's up. All right, so our correct option for that question is C. All right, thank you. So question 3 is, they said we should solve for t if 8 power t plus 2 is equal to 16 power t plus 1. all right, so this you have to solve for t. So even if you don't know anything, just substitute the value of t that will be given into the expression. If they are giving you the same thing, then the answer is right. So the answer is t equals 2. all right, so this, all you have to do is that if you want to solve it, you make sure the bases are the same. So you say 2 power 3 into t power 2 is equal to 2 power 4 into t plus 1. All right, so this, you know that it will give you 3t plus 6 is equal to 4t plus 4 plus 8. All right, so this, we will have this going here, we have minus t, and this going here, we have minus 2. So I'll say t is equal to 2 as obtained over here. So it's very easy. Don't even worry yourself. This is objective, so please punch it on your calculator and then solve for the t, and the t is 2. So let's come to question 4. It said determine the value of x if log 4 base 2 plus log 2 into 3x minus 5 is equal to 4. We should solve for x. So all we need to do is that this one too is a calculator, right? All right, so this in logarithm, you know that if they are adding, then it means you can multiply them. So we have log 4 times log 4 times 3x minus 5 base 2 is equal to 4. So in your log indices, what you have to do is that if you have log a base b is equal to c, what you have to do is that you have to go, let this go and carry the c. All right, so you have b power c is equal to a. The same thing applies over here. So you have 2 power 4 is equal to 4 into 3x minus 5. All right, so we have 2 power 4 is what? 16. So we have 12x minus 20, and now we say our x is equal to 3 as obtained over here. So it's very easy. Please don't waste your time using calculations to get your answer. This is a calculator work. All right, just punch it into your calculator and you are there. So the fifth question, they said find the fifth term in the expansion of x plus 3 or 3 plus 7 or power 7. So this, when you use the Pascal's expansion, you have 945 x power 4. Use the Pascal's expansion and you have 945 x power 4. And then question 6, they said find the term which is independent of x in the expansion of 2 plus 3x or power 6. All right, so this is the same application. We use the Pascal's expansion, and then we use it to expand this binomial theorem, and then we have 64. This, they said find a term which is independent of x in the expansion of this. So independent of x, what they are trying to say is that which one is odd, which one is independent. All right, so that is basically the option A. So, all right, let's continue. So we continue with question number 7. All right. So the question number 7 is, so we find x if log s log base 3 x power 4 minus x power 3 is minus log 3 log x minus 1 base 3. All right. So this, you know that in logarithm, if you have something like this and they are subtracting, you can divide. All right, so this is basically very easy. But what I want you to know is that this thing is actually a calculator work. Just pick the answers and put them inside. If it's giving you 3, then you are there. Hooray. So this when we picked 3 and substituted inside, we had exactly 3. So we realized that the answer is 3. Alright, so this, you don't need to stress yourself solving it. Just pick the options, substitute in place of x. If it is giving you exact what is equated to, which is equal to 3, then your answer is 3. Alright, so this is very easy to do or to work. And then question 8, they said we should find the value of y in log fourth root of 5 base 5 is equal to y. So this is also very easy. Take your calculator, punch this thing and equate to y, and then you solve for y, and it's going to be very easy. Or you can decide to take any value, any of the options over here, and then if you take this, if y is 0.25, then this whole thing too should be giving you 0.25. So let's punch this and see. Log base 5 fit fourth root of 5 is giving us 0.25. So this means this thing is 0.25. So our y is 0.250. So the option is C. And then question 9, it says the graph of the function f of x equals x plus 1, 3x minus 2 over 2x minus 3, x plus 1 has how many vertical asymptotes? You know the vertical asymptotes are the denominator, but you have to simplify this expression first before you can say that your vertical asymptotes are this. So this, you know that this, you have x plus 1 here and you have x plus 1 here, so this will go, and then you'll be having only one vertical asymptote. So the new equation now becomes 3x minus 2 over 2x minus 3. Alright, so our vertical asymptote here is only 1. So we say option B is right. And then the question 10, they said we should, if f of x is an absolute value or absolute x, and then g of x is equal to minus 2 absolute of x plus 5 plus 3, then we should determine the relationship between g of x and f of x. All right, so these are conditions. So let's look at a string by 2 in x direction, a reflection in x axis, 5 units down and 3 units shift to the right. No. The no is because this is not shifted to the right, it's shifted to the left. All right, and then so option A is cancelled out. Option B, a stretch by 2 units, 2 in y direction. Is it in the y direction at all? A reflection in y axis, 5 units up and 3 units shift to the right. But this is not a reflection in the y direction. All right, it's in the x direction. So this is not also correct. And then option C, we say that a stretch by 2 in y direction, a reflection in the x axis. So this is a reflection in the x axis and in y direction, and also 5 units shift to the left. So 5 units shift to the left. This is the shift to the left. This is shifted to the left. X plus 5 is shifted to the left. And then 3 units to the left. 3 units to the left as well. So the option C is the right option for us to take. The D, we don't talk about D because we've already seen that option C in question 10 is the right answer. So a stretch by 2 in one direction, the y direction, and a reflection in x axis, 5 units shift to the left and then 3 units. So that is the if f of x is equal to absolute x, and then g of x is equal to minus 2 absolute x plus 3 plus 3. So the right option is option C. All right, let's move on with the next question. All right, so we continue with question number 11, which says, which of the following asymptotes would the graph of the function f of x equals s cubed over s squared minus 1 have? So the function is s cubed over s squared minus 1. All right, so this, we can see that the degree of the numerator is greater, far greater than the degree of the denominator. So we say that there is no horizontal asymptote. So there is no horizontal asymptote. Note, if the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, there is no horizontal asymptote. And then we can say we will find for oblique. All right, and the oblique, to note, if you are going to have oblique asymptote, then the degree of the numerator should exceed the degree of the denominator just by 1. If you don't have anything like that, then there is no oblique asymptote. I repeat again, if you don't have the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, then there is no horizontal asymptote. However, if the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator just by 1 or exactly by 1, then we say there is an oblique asymptote. All right, so this question, there is no horizontal asymptote because numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, so there is no horizontal asymptote. But then there is oblique because x is power 3 at the top and x is power 2 at the down, so there is oblique asymptote. And then there is vertical asymptote as well. So we see option B is right, vertical and oblique asymptote. Good. So question 12, find the oblique asymptote for the function this 3s squared plus x over s cubed plus 50, where s is greater than or equal to 0. So with regards to this, we can see that the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. All right, so this, there is no way you can say there is an oblique asymptote. Note the conditions and know how you go about this asymptote question. They are very easy if you know the conditions. 1, if the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator, then we say there is a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. And then if the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, then there is no horizontal asymptote. However, if the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator just by 1, then we say there is an oblique asymptote. For the vertical asymptote, it's always the denominator equals 0, then we have a vertical asymptote. So note this condition. So with regards to this, since the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator, we say there is horizontal asymptote, but there is no oblique asymptote. But this question is demanding for oblique asymptote, so we say no oblique asymptote. All right, let's go to question 13. So determine the values of k, l, and m if 9s squared minus 7x plus 8 over s cubed minus 3s squared plus 2x is equivalent or is equal to k over x plus l over x minus 1 plus m over x minus 2. So this, they have already spread the expression for you. So all you have to do is to solve for the value of k, l, and m. So by so doing, this, you know that this denominator is equal to this. So what you have to do is that you have to say that 9s squared minus 7x plus 8 is equal to k. When you find the LCM for this, this will go and then this will come and multiply the k. So you have k into x minus 1, x minus 2 plus l into x minus 2 plus m into x minus 1. All right, so when x is 0, when x is 0, this will go and this also go. So we have k into minus 1 into minus 2 is equal to, when k is 0, x is 0, so we have 9 into, so when x is 0, this part will also go to 0, and then we have 8 here. So we say that k is 4. Alright, so k is equal to 4. K is equal to 4. Alright, as we have over there. And then if k is equal to 4, when x is equal to 1, when x is equal to 1, this will go to 0. Alright, so all this part will go to 0, and then you have L in there, so we have 1 minus 2 plus m so if s is 1, this one to go to 0, so we only have the L part, and then we say that this is equal to 9 minus 7 plus 8, and that gives us 10. So we say that our L is equal to minus 10. Alright, and then our M, when x is equal to 2, that one too, we put it inside. When we put x equals 2 into this expression inside, this part will go to 0, this part will also go to 0, because x 2 minus 2 is 0, so 0 times whatever over here will be 0, and this 0 times whatever over here will be 0, and then we will have k, we have m into 2 minus 1 is equal to, when you put 2 here, we have 9 into 2 squared minus 7 into 2 plus 8, and that gives us 30. So our m is equal to 30 divided by 2, which is 15. So we say that option B is right. So our question 13 is B. Alright, our question 13 is B. K is 4, L is minus 10, and M is 15. So our question 13 regarding this question is B. Okay, let's continue from there. Alright, so question number 14. Given that rational function f of x is equal to minus 4x squared plus 18x plus 16 over x squared plus x minus 6 minus 12, alright, which of the following is true? We have A. So looking at the function, they are asking us which of these options works or correlate with the function given. So A, vertical asymptote equals is x minus 1 and x minus 7. Alright. And then horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. So is that true? Is horizontal asymptote equals 0? No, because the degree of the numerator is equal to the degree of the denominator. So we have to compare the degree, the coefficient rather. We don't have to say that the horizontal asymptote is equal to 0. So over here, our option A is crossed out. It's not correct. Option B, vertical asymptote s is minus 1 and x is minus 7. Horizontal asymptote is y equals minus 1. Is that true? No, because the degree of the numerator and denominator are the same. So we compare coefficient, and when you compare the coefficient, you have minus 4. And the answer over here is not correct. So option B2 is ruled out. Option C, Vertical asymptote is s equals 3 and x equals minus 4. Correct. When you factorize this and you solve it, you have x equals 3 and s equals minus 4. Right. Horizontal asymptote is y equals minus 4. Nice. So this is a horizontal asymptote where y is equals minus 4. So option C is correct. Alright, so question 14, option C is correct. Vertical asymptote is equal to s equals 3, s equals minus 4, and horizontal asymptote is equal to y equals minus 4. 15. Solve for t if e power 2 e minus e power t is equal to 56. Alright, this is just by the use of calculator. You know this is exponential numbers. Alright, exponential function. So all you have to do is they've given you the value of t. Alright, just substitute them inside and see if it's giving you 56. So when you did for this, realize that t is equal to ln 8. So when you put ln 8 into this, you have 56. So 56, the question 15, our answer is t is equal to ln 8. Alright. And then question 16, we say determine the domain of the function u of x is equal to ln absolute x. Alright. Since it's absolute x, you know, we don't have negative number for logarithm. Logarithm doesn't hold for negative values. So that is why we say this is absolute x. So if it is absolute x, what is the domain? The domain will work for all real numbers. X belongs to all real numbers. There's no except. Since it's ln absolute x, it belongs to all real numbers. So we say that S is said that S belongs to all real numbers. No exception. All real numbers. So option D is correct. So let's continue with the question 17. So looking at question 17, it says how can the graph of t as s approaches 1 minus root of 1 minus x plus 2 be obtained from the graph of t is to x approaches root of 1 minus s squared. Alright, so this, we have to look at the conditions. These are just conditions. So a translation of f of s by 2 units to the right. Is that correct? No. A reflection and reflected in the x-axis followed by shift down on the y-axis by 1 unit. No, that's not correct. So let's check the option B. A translation of f of x by 2 units to the left and reflected in the x-axis followed by shift up on y-axis by 1 unit. Yes. So we say that our option B is the right option. Alright. A translation of f of x by 2 units to the left. So you know, to the left you have x, to the left is with negative, but when it comes inside it will be plus, so that when it goes outside it becomes negative. Alright. And then reflected in the x-axis, so reflected in the x-axis, that is what we are having, followed by shift up on y-axis by 1 unit. So that is it. That's what you are having here. So that is the option you have to take, option B for this graph. Question 18. Determine the horizontal asymptote for the graph of the function 3x minus 1 over 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. So this, you know that for the horizontal asymptote, if the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator, we say y is equal to 0. So this simply y is equal to 0 is our answer for this question. Alright, let's continue with the last 2 questions. The last 2. I hope you're enjoying the lesson, right? Good. The last two. Alright. So looking at question number 19, we are told to solve the equation x power 3.2 is equal to 41.15. Alright. This is very simple. Just take your calculator. Take this option 3.195 and put it in place of x. It's going to give you 41.15, but 12.859, if you put it inside and you check the value, it's not giving you 41.15. So we say our correct option for this question is 3.195, option C. And then 20, find a rational function whose graph is shown in the figure above. All right, so looking at the graph given, we can see that our vertical asymptote is at x equals 2. All right, s equals 2. All right, and then s equals 2, and then our horizontal asymptote is at the point x, y equals 3. So we see that the graph over here is depicting this function. So our option here is C. Alright, thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate your effort. Don't forget to subscribe and then share for your friends to also benefit from this. Bye bye.